Soon after the time that SDS was sold to Xerox, the oil crisis of the early 70s had cost Xerox hundreds of millions of dollars. This left SDS without a stable parent company for investments in its research. The SDS workstations were becoming unsustainably expensive. SDS went out of business in 1984. As Xerox attempted to market the world's first color photocopier, its new CEO reported record sales, income, and revenue. After spreading the company throughout much of North America, the Xerox company introduced the Xerox 9200 series, which features a copying speed of 7,200 papers per hour. They received a blessing from the Archdiocese of New York after claiming that their copier would have saved them decades of manual copying. In 1979, it's more like centuries. In 1979, Xerox purchases Western Union International with the hopes of creating a trade for international communications. However, this company was a small branch of a much larger Western Union company, and Xerox later sold this company after 3 years to Microwave Communications. In 1970, as a division of Xerox Corporation, Palo Alto Research Labs was created and would grow to become the origin of many of Xerox's successful achievements. Although it was built 3,000 miles away from Xerox, its close proximity to Stanford University allowed it to hire recent graduates of science to work in its labs. It was also built nearby the already fully established Stanford Research Institute Augmentation Research Center. This center was able to transfer some of its senior department personnel over to PARL when its funding began failing. As the origin of Xerox's many successful technology, it is also arguably the feature of Xerox that allowed it to transition from the photocopier field to the broader field of regular computing technology. Today, PARL is a regular research facility specializing in research of many modern computing and marketing challenges. Some of the less notable acquisitions of Xerox occurred when photocopying and printing company attempted to purchase brokerage firms in an attempt to launch the Xerox Financial Services Company. In 1984, one of its purchases was the Crum & Forster Insurance Company. It was a child company of Fairfax Financial Services and is based solely in the United States. This partnership lasted 1 year, and in 1985, Xerox sold this company, University Microfilms, and other publishing companies. The Xerox Financial Services Company is now a supplier of office supplies, including printers and perforators. In the 1990s, the DocuTech line of products was finished and sent out into the open market. It featured print-on-demand technology, in which all the systems of printing were fully automated, and large printing jobs using multiple sheets of paper could be programmed into the machine by computer. It had the ability to digitally scan and store documents within its own databanks of 32 megabytes and a printing speed of 135 pages per minute. 10 years later, when Xerox acquired Tektronix, a Phaser brand series was still the fastest printer on the market. Now featuring onboard fax internet and VoIP capabilities, it was at this time the standard featured printer compared to other printers produced by other companies. From the mid-1990s up to the late 2000s, printing technology had made several strides from analog xerography up into laser jet printing. Much of these strides have been created by Xerox's enduring strategy of trying new things and seeing how it could improve the current product line. Their application of physics was to something as simple as xerography had improved the process of printing with techniques well beyond the scope of less technical individuals. These techniques included bitwise image triangulation, a data rail scope photography. This strategy continued to give Xerox an edge against many competing manufacturers, digital media producers, and various types of consumers that a company of this type had to deal with. The end. Notice the difference between PARL and PARC. They are two different things. And these are the links. Okay. This is the Super Xerox slideshow that came with the presentation. Okay, I don't think it has anything about Lichtenberg. I think this is Carlson. I'm not sure. Immediate developments. these are some of the earlier models. Besides printers, the LaserJet was also able to actually print things in other medium, like it could etch ashes into paper. Another important achievement was the star computer that it made, the rollerball mouse, and the Xerox Park GUI. I tried to find this. They also came up with a program called AC, which is still available. It does statistical computing. The Xerox Phaser series computer printers. Palo Alto Research Labs is now researching 3D printing and holographic image. Well, at that time. What's next? Paper-thin computer screens. Could you guess which media this is from? And this is a typical example of one of Xerox's finished products. Also about phasers, phasers also appear in another type of media. You can guess what that.